Hi, dear ones. It is such a joy to invite you to join me for Weighty, which begins November 15th, and registration is open now until November 8th. All of the details and registration is at nicolemoline.com/weighty. But I wanted to have a conversation with you to just share the vision for this program, this journey, and from my heart to yours, invite you in and also invite any questions that you might have as well. Why Weighty? Where does this name come from? When I was learning the origins of yoga many years ago, I came across this translation of the word guru as the weighty one. So a teacher, a leader, is a person of weight, a person of heaviness, of legacy, of presence. And instantaneously, that vision was this key that unlocked a door for me into freedom in my own relationship to weight, to this concept of weight. So for just a moment, feel in your own body, what does this word weighty feel like? What kind of connotations do you have to it, feelings about it? Just notice all of that, because that informs your relationship to weight. All of us have one. And usually it's an externally imposed relationship. Weight is a way of measuring ourselves by an externally imposed measurement. And for most of us, that is a negative measurement of some kind. It's a negative relationship that we have. It's often a way in which we don't measure up to these externally cast visions of what our body should look like or feel like. And I want to reclaim this whole word and notion and concept of weight as weightiness. Let's begin our relationship to food and nourishment and body image from a place that celebrates the weight that you are weighing in on this world, the way that you are weighing in on this world, the fact that you are here to create, you are here to compose a legacy. And our relationship to food can be one that energizes that. So my relationship to food over the years has shifted and healed and changed to be one in which this is the source of energy for all that I'm meant to create in the world. So that's what we're going to deep dive into over the next 28 days, 4 weeks. There are 4 modules. They are prepare, nourish, clear, and become. So one of the reasons why there's a little bit of a gap between registration and when the course starts is that you're going to receive this in your mailbox, in your hands, this weighty workbook. And it is full of journaling prompts that have revolutionized so many lives who've gone through this program. Questions, lenses that most of us have never taken on our relationship to our own bodies and food and the weight that we are taking up and casting in this world. So we will explore these 4 modules together through 5 live sessions, 5 live mentorship conversations. All of those will go on demand as well, video replays. So if you can't make any of those live conversations, they'll be there for you on your own time. And that will be added to this rich video and audio library for the course. So every day begins with a very concise, lush audio meditation. And this is really where the revolution is rooted in this journey, is this renewing of your mind and casting a vision and rooting into the kind of weighty presence that we're going to be practicing and fueling together. So in addition to that, and in addition to the live conversations that we'll be having that take us through these 4 modules, there is a meal plan that is an invitation to experimentation. That's how I like to think of it. It is essentially suggestions to up-level your own nutrition to be nutrient dense and energizing. And we're also going to get deep into the raw conversations, these raw, brave, transformative conversations that many of us are afraid to have. The conversations around shame, the conversations around practices that you might keep falling into, routines, habits, stories that you might keep falling into in your own relationship to food, and ways out of all of that. So only when we get into it can we grow out of it. And that's another element of this program that has been really transformative, is community. Is you can show up to the degree that you would like to, but to the degree that you would like to be supported in this journey, aside just from me and my team, there's an incredible community that is waiting to take these brave steps with you into something new. So many of us think of the holiday season often as this kind of free-for-all, and we'll restart, all of our kind of nourishing rituals and habits in January. But I really love to be launching this program now and to be going through the holidays together, so that I'm thinking of it truly as spreading a Thanksgiving table for all of us that you are invited to. And it is to reimagine what it means to feast well, to feast mindfully, to feast in a way that all parts of you can show up and celebrate, so that you're not overindulging, you're truly we're practicing together, keeping in your vision the legacy that you are creating and fueling that. So I cannot wait to deep dive with you. In addition to all of this richness, there's also altar movement practices, both rides and mat practices, so you don't need any equipment for it. But if you have a bike, I've got a lot of goodness for you. And also we'll be doing mat practices that it's a shift to root your workouts into work-ins, to root your movement practices in joy. So it's a sweat ceremony more than a workout where you're checking off different exercises. But more than anything, this journey is going to explore your story around your relationship to food, your story around your relationship to your own body, and to write a new one together. So we are going to come from a place from radical love for our bodies that continue to believe in us, that continue to uphold us and support us, and will thrive as we collaborate with them and nourish them well. From my heart to yours, I want to invite you to become weighty. NicoleMoline.com/weighty. The journey awaits. All my love, onward and heartward.